Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hello, everyone. This is Lewis here on the Nerd Report. I'm going live tonight again. Yeah. So if you've been following this channel, we've been going live a little more than usual. And the reason is because I'm having fun at it. Sometimes we have a good amount of people. Sometimes we have even a better amount of people. But 100% having fun. And that's what counts here. So we send the link to a few people to join us. If they show up, that's a different story. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. But I have a few topics I picked out. I invited Robert. Hopefully he'll come in. If you guys, whoever's on, please let me know how we sound. If we sound bad, if we sound good, if we sound sideways. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Because according to these headphones, I sound great. But what you guys are hearing and what the headphones are showing me could be a completely different story. I see people already coming in to talk. Oh, wait. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry about that. I'll be sharing this in a bit to our Twitter. Matt says I sound good, man. That'd be a first, brother. What's up, Matt? I send you a link if you want to join. If not, all good. I understand you're taking care of things right now. Robert's actually the one that orchestrated this entire meetup, but he goes, yeah, man, I'll be there at 10 here on the podcast. And it turns out that it's 10-7. 10-7, he wants to talk about some Star Wars again. We see that pre-sales are actually, it's been reported that it's breaking all kinds of records on pre-sale tickets. According to Adam, that's I guess that's like a Fandango rival. I'm not sure how that works, but Adam is reporting that the Rise of Skywalker has broken records in pre-sales, and people are questioning it. Like if the studio is going to risk their entire reputation on buying a few tickets. I think we got Robert in here. Let's see. Robert, I'm going to throw you in. Woo! What's up, Robert?
All right. Let me just figure this out really quick.
You got it.
Do you hear an echo or anything?
Nothing. Do you?
No, I think I'm good.
But what you should do is move that Darth Vader helmet more to your left so I can see it.
Oh.
Nerd. That's pretty dope. What the hell is that? And if you move your camera a little lower, like at a lower angle, you can see the helmet. That's cool. What is that?
That's the 1/1 scale Anovos.
Really?
That was one of the things I did get back.
How'd you get that back?
Well, I bought it again.
Oh, how much is that?
I don't want to say.
That much?
That much.
So it's a 1/1 scale. That means exactly like Darth Vader?
It is made from the mold from The Empire Strikes Back, I believe.
Okay, put that next to your head. Let's see how the size difference.
I'm going to look like a Dark Helmet, man, from Spaceballs.
No, not on your head, next to it. Like, so we can get a... Dude, your head's the same size.
All right. So I
gotta admit that's rad. No, yeah. Why'd you miss out yesterday?
So
explain.
We talked about, we had planned it earlier in the day. We talked about what the plan was. Hey, we're gonna go live. Tickets are going on sale. We spoke earlier, like, hey, let's get the trailer up. Let's get everybody excited about Star Wars again, which everybody is. And I fell asleep. I totally fell asleep. I heard it was a good stream. It was a lot of fun. I saw the recap.
You watched it entirely?
I did. I saw the whole thing. It was good. It was a good stream. I'm bummed that I missed out though, man. I missed out on a good chat. But Yeah, I fell asleep. I was tired.
Yeah, there's Matt Jarbo's on the chat. He says he may want to he may start a podcast here with Jeffrey.
I saw that. They
Great,
were
right? Great conversation.
That was good conversation, man. That was like geek to the second power.
I know, we get a little geeky. What about that guy that commented in the morning? Remember him?
Yeah, I saw the dude's comment about
didn't even make sense.
No, I think maybe he wanted in on
the
conversation.
Let the audience know what it was.
So he was, I think, and what my comment was he reminded me of one of those people that just reads the headline, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. When you see something online and you only read the headline and you draw your conclusion based on that headline only, rather than reading the entire article. That's a huge pet peeve of mine. So he based his comment off of like the first 30 seconds of the video. And
what was his comment?
That you guys were toxic, and basically that you guys were the reason why Star Wars is toxic.
Yeah, like we were crying about the movie, complaining. It's like, dude, most of us actually really. First of all, if you would have watched it, you would have known that there were women on there on the chat,
right?
And there were women on. We had Lupe on.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it wasn't all dudes. I don't know what this like. Always saying there's dudes like women don't exist to these people that are trained. You know, what's your problem? And then we were actually positive. So I don't know what the heck he was talking about.
Yeah, it was positive content. It was fun. It was a good show that you guys had last night. I'm just bummed that I missed out on it because I'm old and I fell asleep. So next one.
Yeah, so we have John Early. He says he finally saw Joker and loved it. See, there's still a lot of people that are watching. Did you see the movie?
No.
There you go, dude. You're messing up the box office.
I know. I got to get back. I got to get out there and see it. I haven't had a chance, but no, that's definitely on the list. I'm going to see it. I really want to see it. I just haven't had the chance to.
Yeah. In other words, you're going to just buy the Blu-ray, right?
Oh, I'll see it and buy the Blu-ray. I'm going to do both.
Yeah, sure. It's almost out. How do I sound? Do I sound okay?
Your audio is good. Audio's good.
As good as Matt's?
Yeah, it was good.
As good as Matt's?
As good as Matt's?
Yeah. He's one of the best sounding. No, Matt's.
Oh,
he's not on. He's one of the best.
That guy hired like a professional sound engineer, man. That guy's is like.
He's lying. He's lying. He did. He doesn't want to take credit. He doesn't want to give people credit.
Yeah, his stuff sounds really good all the time.
Yeah, sounds really, really good. His opinion, not just kidding. It's good opinions. That JB Casas, what's up, dude? Welcome.
JB Casas.
Hey, JB. JB is one of our writers on Nuke the Fridge. That trailer, we'll get to it. I think you're talking about the trailer of. Hold on, I think my phone's still on. The trailer of trailers. Does someone have their audio on? No.
See, are you getting feedback? It might be mine.
It's instant. Well, let's see. Maybe.
I think I can fix it if you'll just give me a second. I can
give you a second. Well, anyways, JB, the trailer. If you're talking about the Star Wars one, we will be talking about that in a few minutes. So let's stick around for that. I don't know why I'm getting a little bit of a.
Yeah, you know what? Echo. It's mine. I can fix it in just a second. Give me 1 second.
Is it my voice going an echo on your side?
Yeah, I think it's because it's coming through the mic. So I can fix it in just a second. Give me 1 second.
Okay, 1, 2. My God, Robert spends so much money on these toys. Look at his studio in the background.
I can still hear you.
Oh no. He's got that nerdy. Now I remember what is it? Haunted Mansion. I like that Princess Leia though. If you look at his studio, that Princess Leia autograph is pretty dope. Anyways, yeah, JB, thanks for coming. You write for Nuke the Fridge. We've got a few posts coming up from you. So we're gonna talk about ticket sales. Okay, so John Early says, I feel like Batman Begins and the Joker would make a good double feature once Joker is on DVD and Blu-ray because they sort of the same. comic book movie told in realistic fashion. Yeah, interesting. Do you, John? Do you think that perhaps here I could even put you up? Good point. Do you think that maybe perhaps Batman Begins is the most realistic of the Nolan films? And I like your avatar right there with the Batman. Looks pretty dope. Who in the chats did anyone grab their tickets for Rise of Skywalker? Let me know. I have mine. I think the Echo's gone. I don't know where he went to. Robert went to go and fix the Echo. It seems like he had to like. Did you have it on in your house or something? My voice? Something's weird. But anyways, we're going to be talking about that. Matt says in regards to his tickets, there he is. Handsome looking with a nice beard. Matt Jarbo. Oh, and Robert just quit the stream. All right. JB has the tickets for IMAX AMC Covina 17 opening night. John, in regards to Batman Begins, says, yeah, because if you compare it to everything pre-Batman Begins, it's pretty realistic, man. Yep, I agree. I do think Batman Begins is definitely fire, man. Really good stuff. Looks like Matt may actually be joining us later, hopefully. Just got an inside scoop on that. But now that Robert has disappeared, he's become one with the Force. All right. So like I was saying, ticket sales for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, have hit yesterday, actually. And there's several people kind of suspicious about whether or not those tickets were legitimately sold and if they were holding back on tickets somehow or whatnot, or if the ticket sales were inflated. And I'm here to tell you, no, people bought the tickets. And the reason the tickets go so fast is because there's several thousand people, maybe even 1 million people on their computers ready with a button refreshing the websites that sell the tickets to buy the first showing for Star Wars, especially Star Wars, because it's something you don't want to be spoiled with. So if you're shocked that the first showing is sold out and that the ticket sales are massive, don't be. That's the way it is. Especially Star Wars has a hardcore fan base, so that's definitely going to happen. No one's inflating the ticket sales or anything like that. There's way too much to lose for a few $1,000s. So there you go. But it's baseless accusations that can't be defended officially, but I'll defend them because I can. But if you talk about someplace like the TCL Chinese Theater, it's pretty much the TCL Chinese Theater's first showing is sold out. The second showing is sold out, and the only ticket available after that is at 1:30. And that theater actually houses 950 people, which is no small amount. And then across the street, they got the what is that thing? El Capitan. And I don't know, Robert, do you know how many people that houses?
Can you hear me first of all?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Oh man, El Capitan is. Oh man, I can't remember, but I know
they have a computer next to you.
They do have a balcony. Yeah, I can look it up.
Yeah, just look at El Capitan. So here's what's huge, because a lot of people do like El Capitan, and it's across the street from the Chinese Theater. They're both have a showing at 6 p.m. on Thursday, and they're both sold out. So that's big. That's probably close to 2,000 people watching the movie in one, with less than a block away. So you would think that one would be still tickets would still be available. Are they having are they sold out, or how much capacity?
Well, El Capitan has an 11.
Oh boy.
On the 9-movie marathon. So
they're doing a 9 movie.
They're doing 9 movies, so that's the one I'm in. I'll be in that in that movie.
You bought it?
Yeah, I did it.
How much were those?
125 plus tax plus processing fee. But here's the thing.
They're gonna give you okay, so Robert just he bought the ticket. I bought the deluxe, man. So let me ask you, what do you get?
So we get I know we get breakfast and lunch. We get a bag full of, like, promotional stuff, pins, all the stuff that for the most part collectors like to have to celebrate the movie. But I did it because I did The Force Awakens there for the marathon. Then I went back and you and I saw The Last Jedi at Disney Studios, and then I did the marathon again for The Last Jedi. So right. End of the Skywalker saga, I had to do it for the third movie. So for the third, movie in the Disney era. So yeah, episode 9, we're going to get all 9 movies, and it's over 24 hours of Star Wars.
Damn. Are you going to be there for all of them?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's, it's my cousin and I. My cousin started doing it with me in 2015, so this will be the third one that we're doing, and Julio will be there with me. Julio Robles, my boy.
Did you find out if there's still tickets available?
It's sold out in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, dude, but I can't sit through all that. Remember, right? I tried, man. It's because the thing is in El Capitan, the
seats are old.
They're whack.
The seats are old. I never understood. They did a huge renovation to that theater, and I don't know if they wanted to just cram as many people as they can in there, because it's almost like airline seating where you're pretty tight in there. On the one hand, it's cool because for events like this, there's 1,100 people that can fit in there. But it's a double-edged sword. At the same time, you're in there with 1,100 people, and there's not a lot of elbow room, not like modern theaters today, the luxuries that they have. So
I had a bad time for The Force Awakens sitting there, because here's what happened. Remember, I camped out.
Mm-hmm.
So right. I camped out to get the tickets. Then we got the tickets. I think you were there with me. That's where I met you.
Yeah.
So I'm pimping this stream right there on Twitter. So, but anyways, yeah. So when we got to the front, and I was like one of the first 5 people, the lady who was selling the tickets didn't know what she was doing. So right at the time they started selling the tickets, it went online live. Instead of them hooking up the people that were there, like lining up, they didn't give a crap. It was like, and I got crappy seats, dude. Remember?
I remember because I saw you the night of The Force Awakens. I saw you at El Cap, and then you go, "Oh, I'm gonna go across the street to watch it at the Chinese."
Damn, you spoiled my story. Hold on. hold on. So here, I'm putting the chat up a little better right here. But anyways, so that's what happened, man. I was disappointed because I got there, I went upstairs to the balcony. She's like, "Oh no, it's good seats." And then it turns out I sat down. I'm like, dude, I can't fit here. You know what I mean? Then the person came next to me and they were like on top of me. It's like, it was nuts, man. And I just left. And then what I did is I did do that. I went across the street and I went ahead and went into the Chinese theater.
No, but I remember you had an extra ticket, and you go, "Do you want to go?" Because I was in the lobby and I just happened to see you. You go, "Do you want to go see it at the Chinese?" And I'm like, "Shit, I kind of do." But my family's, my cousin and my nephew.
Where did you watch it?
Force Awakens. No, I stood there and saw all the movies there. I stood.
But okay, so let's talk about that night. Let's talk about that night a little bit, because I think that's kind of fun, and I want everyone to in the chat to share their Star Wars viewing experiences with us if you can. I know Matt has a really good one as well. Hopefully we get him on there. about the prequels. But we're talking about the Force Awakens right now. We got Johnny. He just joined the chat and he's popping. He called me. Johnny's a friend of mine. He's actually called me before the stream and he's like, "Hey, bro," and I'm like, "Dude, don't spoil the Flash. Don't spoil Arrow." I told him, first thing I tell him, he goes, "Okay, cool." Spoiler. He gives me a spoiler. But anyways, yeah. So what I did is I went across the street and enjoyed it. What was I talking about real quick?
I saw you in the lobby the night of the marathon. Yeah, right before
the
Force Awakens started.
Did I see the movie before it came out? I did.
You did. You saw it at the Disney Studio that year.
Did you go with me?
No, I didn't. Okay. We went for the next one. Was it Rogue One? No, it was The Last Jedi.
And I gotta say, it felt great have seen the film before going to the marathon, because I didn't have to worry too much. You know how you're anxious before watching the latest Star Wars movie,
right?
And you want like everything to be perfect, and then what happens is you start to get sleepy by the time the movie comes out. You know?
No, I remember everybody was hyped for the Force Awakens, and we've talked about this before. It's like the level of excitement and the fans for Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I don't think we'll ever see that again. That was just on a whole
again, man.
I don't know, man. I mean, you know, the last movie we got was, I think it was 2005 with Revenge of the Sith. You know, and there was a lot of critical thought to the prequels. So people were genuinely extremely excited, and the year before, or leading up to that, was Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim, and again, that was just on a whole different level of excitement. I remember when they released the trailer, the Han Solo, Chewie were home. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think that we'll ever hit that level of just pure excitement and fandom again. It was kind of a magic in a bottle kind of thing. It was kind of special.
I'm the type of person, though, I gotta be honest with you, I'm the type of person that like thinks the best is always in front of us. So like I'm never gonna agree with you as far as that's concerned. I think like there's so right, I know what you're saying is like the fandom always seems kind of negative right now, right? Or with Star Wars.
Yeah.
And we get the brunt of it. And I think we pay more attention to that because we're fans and we want it kind of hurts us because, like, for example, we feel that Star Wars is family. Like, we saw it with our family. We feel it's like in our DNA. So like if somebody offends someone in your family, you get pissed, and that, like, it's bad. But if somebody offends someone, your friend's family or your friend's friend, it doesn't bug you as much. But with Star Wars, we're all kind of related to it.
Right.
We've all had an experience. So like, it's kind of like when you hear something bad about any Star Wars movie, it feels like you're offending something, a great time in our life that we had with someone, or we shared with someone, or with the film. So I think writing, someone is the combination. So let me try to explain this. I don't know if I've ever told you this. There's a better Star Wars story out there than Empire Strikes Back, which I think is the best Star Wars movie. But the combination is in the writing. So when the writing is and storyline is gonna allow an amazing story that no one's figured out yet. Mm-hmm. But it is possible to make a better Star Wars movie than anything we've ever seen before. But you got to figure out the combination in the storytelling, the writing, and the creativity. I want to welcome Matt. What's up, Matt?
Matt's in the house.
Yes, I am. Not too much. Just got home and everyone's already asleep. So I'm like, well, I could do this or play video games. And
you can do both.
Well, again, Matt has the best audio on this podcast.
No, it's what it is the key really is to get closer to the mic.
Yeah, it is.
And then talk like you actually have testicles. So that's Lewis's problem.
Oh, shut up.
Is this just no? You got to get in there and
Hold
like
on. What time after midnight I can do whatever I want.
it ain't after midnight though. It's 10:30.
Hey, so we're talking about ticket sales
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah.
About the the new movie and our experiences with the marathon. The only marathon I've ever done, and we're talking to Robert, and I want to catch up to people that just joined. It was the Force Awakens, and I bought the ticket to watch it at El Capitan Theater, owned by Disney, but has horrible seating arrangements.
It does.
But it gives you great swag and stuff. But what I ended up doing that night was actually, by the time the first movie opened, what is it, the Phantom Menace, I went and got some tickets across the street for the Chinese theater. But it was a great experience regardless. It was, seeing the fans asleep in the theater for a lot of the movies, waiting for the next one, to come in. And then the reactions, I'll never forget. It was like 5 a.m. in the morning or something. And you hear Amro Akbar, "It's a trap." And then, everyone went nuts. It was great. Matt, have you done a marathon yet with Star Wars in the theater?
No, I have not. I've done the marathon of Indiana Jones in the theater.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
That was actually at the Burbank 16 back in October 2012, right when the Blu-ray came out for the first time. They did a full day event of that, which was awesome. And then the next year, I did the Cornetto trilogy. So that's Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. They did that, and that was, I think, the last one that I've done. They don't do them as much anymore, and they don't do them around where I live. So
yeah, they don't do them as much. That is and I don't know what is the problem. Why couldn't they have it? And I've spoken to the management at Disney. They can't do it. It's a marathon at the Chinese theater where you have leg room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for some reason they can't. I don't know the exact logistics, but they can't agree upon that. And they should have done it for this movie, if any, because we don't know when we're gonna get. Well, we kind of do, but we don't know, another 3 years before the next one. I mean, the Chinese theater is the place to go, leg room, like I said, really important, huge screen, and Darth Vader's footprints in the front. I mean, what more do you want, right?
No, I mean, as long as there's comfort in the seats, nowadays everything is really all like the luxury seating. Oh, I just remembered at May 2017, I did a double feature of both Guardians films.
Oh, that's nice.
That was the last one that I've done, but really not many, not many in the last couple of years. I would love for them to do more of these where they really just like bring you in. I mean, a 27-hour marathon for Star Wars is just, it's illogical. I would do it like as a younger man. I'd have the stamina to sit there for 27 hours and watch Star Wars. As a father of two, I'm just like, no. No, like I'll sit at home and watch it. I'll watch them on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but check this out. As a YouTuber, right? If you're there, Robert, that just reminds you. You want to go live from that? I was going to say, yeah, because I can't go because it's sold out.
I'll do it. Yeah,
yeah, going live from inside, the lobby and talking to people. That's a great opportunity. That we weren't doing that for the Force Awakens, but I think that would be fun. And stuff, and then maybe have someone take care of your kids for that one night, Oh,
I don't know where my kids will be those 2 nights. I don't know. I'll find them somewhere.
Oh no.
I'll leave TV dinners and post-it notes with instructions.
Dude, people are hearing this. They're gonna believe you. You know how they are. They're just gonna clip that part out and like use it against you in 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're running for president.
I hope that's all they find.
Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, I mean, doing a live stream would be interesting. Doing a live, like do a Shia LaBeouf live stream yourself watching all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Just have like a webcam on. You're like, oh wow, that was really cool.
That's an amazing idea, but they will not let you do that because they think they're going to film the movie.
Yeah, no, they always think that. Because they have like they don't, for one, they don't understand that piracy ultimately helps ticket sales, but whatever. No, it does. It's been proven time and time again that piracy actually fuels more sales because people want to try before they buy.
Even for the Stallone movie, they some guy straight up ripped that DVD quality and put it up on the internet. He got some time. He did some heavy time for that. But
Well, that was Expendables 3, and that was like 3 weeks early. Was that near DVD quality copy?
that was a little harsh.
That was that one. Yeah. Well, I mean, like if you're like, I remember back in like 03, I think it was, like the work print copy of Jason X popped up online. I don't know, like 6, 7, 8 months before the movie itself did. Like it was a work print copy of the film. Man, I watched that with a friend. We both loved it, because Jason X is such a dumb movie, but it was just like, we actually then were spent like 7 months talking about it. Like, oh yeah, we saw this, this work print cut that ended up on the internet. But the thing is too, you know how many times they find torrents have trackers that are linked back to like studios? Often. Studios leak their own stuff.
There's a code on every screener I get with my name on there. So
yeah, well, that's how they do it now. But it's like they'll do like other rips or whatnot. Game developers do this too. They'll upload a copy of the game with a bug specifically in the game, like a game breaking bug, and then people who download it and then they install it, then they read the comments and tweets of like when people got to the bug to see who stole it.
Nice.
But it helps a bit with like market research. It really does. Like, I mean, there's a theory over Star Wars that the leaks, because if you watch the trailer yesterday, the leaks that came out, they seem like they're pretty on point.
They were spot on. They were spot on, man.
And I was like, okay, because I kind of tore the leaks apart, but then again, I wasn't seeing them with like specific context.
Mm-hmm.
But the stuff that comes out of making Star Wars, is that the name?
Well, you're thinking Jeremy Ward, right?
Yeah, that's one of the. I think that's one of the bigger websites.
He broke down. Well, he called the trailer release.
He has it spot on. He called it for the other movies as well.
Yeah.
Right?
So he got the trailer right, but these leaks came out of Reddit. And they're pretty detailed, and people like, these seem pretty accurate. I'm like, I have no idea if these are real. And then I'm watching the trailer, and I'm like, oh man, that is pretty close to what we saw.
Right?
Like, holy shit, Nikes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but I kind of didn't like I just didn't like the Force Ghosts part of that. I just thought that was so dumb. But it could be handled in a way that I'm not like, okay, speaking of the ticket sales and people talking about like Disney just buying up tickets,
we're talking about marathons, but we'll go into that as well right now. What Matt's referring to, and I touched upon it when Robert abandoned me on the stream for a bit due to technical difficulties that he can't afford his own internet service.
No, I have to.
Or did you forget to press on? Is that?
I did. I forgot to press the on button, the blinking green button.
And Matt will probably agree with me. There's a lot of accusations going around that like the studio cannot, and I'm not a shill. I don't give a crap, right? Of course, you're going to say shills would say that. I don't care.
Wait,
we don't,
Louis, we're not getting a limo?
We don't get one-on-one interviews with the Lucasfilm or anything. So I don't care. We're pretty honest with that. But I'm going to say there's a lot of accusations that the studios will not stop and defend themselves because it looks stupid to do it, right? For example, are you now like everyone's like they're buying their own tickets to pack the theater? It's like that is so stupid. What is the studio gonna spend $5 million to lose their entire credibility forever? It's like they're not even do that.
Well, technically they'd get around 80% of that back. So I mean, there is
it back, but if they get caught, real.
Well, here's the thing. When people are talking about like the Captain Marvel was like the first time people brought it up as being this thing. It's such a pointless conspiracy theory. Yeah, because no one who's ever worked in theaters, don't get it. So with Captain Marvel, and I'm assuming with this as well, they put that movie in like 43 or 4,400 cinemas, right? There was literally no scarcity. When you hear about an independent movie that's going to like the small market, like was it Jojo Rabbit opened in New York and LA, and it made about 70,000 per theater, and that's considered good. because it was just opening in a small market, and that's what they're gauging it off of for a wider release.
Right.
So, there's scarcity there, so it's going to make more money, but here there's no scarcity. So not every, and if you figure it's in all these screens and it plays 5 times a day,
Yeah.
how many showings is that a day? Right. So not everyone is going to be packed to the brim, and people just go out there to take a picture. They go, oh, there's like 8 people in my theater.
It's empty. It was totally
empty.
empty. How is it the highest grossing film this year or this week when screening was totally empty? Here's a picture.
So stupid.
So, no, it makes perfect sense. It's exactly what it is that there's so many screens. And also, keep in mind, when Disney sends a film to a theater, they're contractually obligated to play it for a certain amount of time, certain amount of screens in that theater. So, it's completely true what Matt's saying about, the how many screens there are and how many viewings, how many showings. So, there's really, it's a giant conspiracy theory.
Well,
Disney's buying their own tickets.
The other conspiracy theory is that they bought a bunch of tickets to do giveaways for radio stations and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But it's like I've called. I know people that work at theaters, and I've never heard that before. The tickets we're giving away are straight through the theater. They're not through the studio. That's for the first showing. And if we do get tickets, and hopefully we do for advanced screenings, those are from the studio, but they have nothing to do with the box office. They rent the theater out.
Yeah.
And then they have an advanced screening for fans, to get the word out or whatnot. And those usually on the week of latest or a few weeks before. And those are not included in the box office as far as I know. So, so that's pretty dumb. But, it's a lot of stuff, conspiracy theories and stuff
it
you can't really prove. And, it gets clicks. That's what it is. And stuff. So, I thought the trailer, and Robert, what do you think of the trailer? Because you did not participate in our stream yesterday. The stream you organized to make, the reaction video we were supposed to do yesterday, the one you planned out, the one you fell asleep.
Yeah, the one. I clocked out of.
Yeah, what do you think?
I thought the trailer was great. I thought it was fun. It got me a little bit more excited. I know some people weren't as excited for it, but I was. It got me excited to where I was looking forward to the movie, and I was excited to buy my tickets for the marathon. The part that really stuck out to me was 3PO. It looks like he's going to be getting his mind or his memory erased. So,
it seems like he's dying.
I think he's getting his memory erased. I think that's what, and also the red glowing eyes. It's, it looks like it's within that same scene. So maybe he's getting his memory erased for something. But yeah, that I'll be honest, that got to me a little bit. It choked me up a little bit. So,
what's your response to the people that say that C-3PO doesn't have friends?
Oh, come on.
I haven't heard that one. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Yeah. But keep discussing.
Yeah, it lends to the old Captain Spock, where he should never feel emotion. Come on. At some point, I'm not into robotics, anything like that, but it's a story, guys. It's a movie.
So
what is
R2D2 though?
Well, it's the fact that in that scene, so people are saying like, it's really stupid that C-3PO has he says, oh, he says like, I'm saying goodbye to my friends, right? And then people are like, but he's only known them for like 10 minutes.
Okay, so here's the problem. Star Wars was on hiatus for a very long time before Return of the Jedi and the prequels. There's generations that don't understand Star Wars. This is my opinion. I may sound like a snob here, but for example, they don't understand how Star Wars works. So, in my opinion, and how I understand Star Wars, for example, that scene in The Last Jedi, sure, the movie is questionable, but the scene where the bombers in the beginning were they were throwing bombs and everyone's like, there's no gravity in space. Well, one thing you got to understand is that we don't Star Wars technology, they don't really explain it as much, but maybe those bombs act like there's gravity there they're magnetic or something, whatever. Star Wars technology. Another thing people don't understand, Star Wars is not science fiction. I mean, it's sci-fi, but it's fantasy too. So the physics and stuff, it's like Lord of the Rings. It's Earth, but it's Middle Earth, and you got wizards and you got stuff that doesn't make sense to our world, right? So in my opinion, growing up with Star Wars is there's a lot of fantasy there.
There's also no sound in space.
There's no sound in space. There's a lot of stuff exactly. So, there's no light, there's no sound, there's no gravity.
From the original movie in 1977, when we heard the TIE fighters and the X-Wings and the Millennium Falcon. Come on, there's no.
You know what you get if you don't add that? You know what you have? Very boring.
Very boring movie.
Unless you go to the Battlestar Galactica approach, which with those battles with the remake, those were dope. There was no sound, right? There was a little bit of sound still with the ships. So yeah, it's science. It's science fiction kind of, but it's fantasy. With wizards. And now, like Matt said, we're getting that about C-3PO has no friends. He's a program that may have learned, is self-aware, thinks he's real. He's always scared of dying. We know that's been established. A lot of this stuff's overreaching. I also think, and Matt may disagree here, according to your reaction, is the horses running on the Star Destroyer in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I
saw that.
Yeah, that's. It looked fine to me because one, it doesn't look like it still looks like they're within an atmosphere of a planet.
Uh-huh.
So there's probably air. And who's to say that Star Destroyers don't have like some atmosphere around them? Artificial.
Creating their own gravitational pull.
Yeah. Is Matt still here?
No, I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have to call Jeffrey to get this thing going.
No. No.
But yeah. What do you guys think? I think a lot of people, there's a combination of overreaching to complain. There's also a lot of not understanding what the galaxy far, far away is. Do you guys agree, or am I full of it?
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, come on. I get it. It's a movie, sci-fi fantasy. That's basically what it is. But it tugs at your heart, your heartstrings, but it's sentimental. It's sentimental to a lot of us because many of us saw it with a parent, grandparent, mom, dad.
So we get offended when they attack it.
So yeah, I mean, I don't get baited into the online arguments anymore.
The only reason I don't get baited into the arguments, but I do watch because I'm here and I'm trying to see what's hot.
Oh yeah. I mean, I see I see the same thing. I stay out of it. But yeah, that's basically.
So I look at people and I go, why are they? What's making them successful? What's gravitating people towards that particular talent? On the internet. So I see what are they doing? Is it, how do I create my own personality, right? Or how do I implement my ideas in there? But I don't know what people are just right now. They're just like making up, they're stopping the trailer frame by frame and complaining about it. It's just ridiculous, man.
Oh yeah. They're trying to dissect it.
Well, I went through it frame by frame.
Yeah, but dude, you're not talking crap about the goddamn movie for everything, right? You had like what, a couple of concerns?
Well, yeah. I still like the trailer. I watched it about 4 or 5 more times today.
I did too. And I the 3PO scene, Mike yesterday during the and I think maybe you did as well, is like maybe when he says my friends, I want to see my friends for the last time. And it's true, like he never really interacted with Poe and everything, so that's a little iffy. But the logic there is that he was with Leia, and Leia was the runner. She ran the Resistance,
right?
And Poe was one of Leia's confidants and most trusted, soldiers.
There you
So
go.
it stands to reason that 3PO would know Poe,
Right. He was
They
around him.
just maybe not have that BB-8 relationship, you know? Maybe didn't have that kind of warmth and love, I guess, but it wasn't like it's like a work friend. You know, that at the end of the day, you're like, it's like Dwight from The Office. You know, everyone's like, man, Dwight's an asshole. And then he's like, but I do kind of love Dwight. So, you know,
Everybody
it's like,
has those, yeah.
yeah, that's kind of the whole point of who he is. But but then if you look at the way that they set it up, he says that, and then it cuts to Rey, right? Which I thought was kind of like, yeah, okay. But then it cuts to Chewie, and Chewie roars because Chewie and him have known each other for like 40 years.
Yep.
You know, they've been around since the beginning, and then that's the whole thing. I mean, I went off on a very expletive-laden rant last night at my own stream about this because I was like, these people are just like, they're morons. I do not have the words to succinctly put it to describe how brain dead these people are. You know, so I have to use monosyllabic words that are generally negative in nature because that's the only way it's going to penetrate their head. Like how do you? You're a Star Wars fan. You're totally a Star Wars fan. But how does C-3PO have any friends? Did you not watch the original goddamn trilogy? Did you not see?
That's
Not
the
even-
thing. They did it.
It's like, did you just start watching the prequels and go, oh, they erase his memory? Clearly, he knows none of these people.
Right.
It's like, oh, that kind of crap. I mean, if you are a Star Wars fan, like C-3PO means a lot to you.
Yeah.
You know, like because the journey started with him.
Yeah.
You know, and like that was the first character that talked.
Is it the
And-
first character we see?
It's first character we see. First character we see, first character that talks, first character we're introduced to technically. And even for the first like 20 minutes of the movie, kind of the main character.
He
Right?
kind of, yeah. Man, I hate to say this, but okay. So there's a trailer. It could be a redirect, you know, a fake out that 3PO dies. But man, I hate to say this, but if it's the end of the Skywalker saga, he has to die because
Oh, I think a few of them are going to die. I think a few of them are going to.
the entire story is through the robot's point of view. So I think symbolically, once they shut off the Skywalker, you know, the story they're telling us or we're seeing through their eyes is over. And man, I'm gonna cry.
It almost sounds like you want C-3PO to die.
I don't.
Like you're
Well,
egging it on.
I
Like you're
think
manifesting it, Lewis.
it would be pretty bold of Disney to do it. I
Are you
mean,
gonna call me the Joker?
Disney did
More
it
like
with,
the Joker because it's J's or Y's in Spanish.
Yeah, I gotta tell you guys something very honest. After watching the trailer, I think this film's gonna be very problematic.
Why? Because we had that one shot of Rose Tico.
No, because C-3PO he's gold, and obviously he thinks everyone's his friend, but he really has none. And that's. Have you ever seen him with a girlfriend? No. So I'm thinking this is like incel behavior, dude. It's probably
I mean, R2D2 is kind of his beard. So, I mean,
yeah.
there's that, right? And R2D2 is kind of like it's waist size, like he comes up to his waist. So I'm pretty sure if there's any kind of relationship, that's how it works out.
Dark Jedi collectibles in the house. Tommy's in the house. Merle Robertson's in the house, and we got some other people in the house too. What were you gonna say, Matt?
Oh, nothing. I just I think it's I don't know if you saw the video I did today about the Rise of Skywalker uniting the fandom.
Yeah, I saw
Did you
it.
see that?
Yeah, I saw
Like,
it.
because it's more about like it's more about.
I pressed the thumbs down. I'm the
Oh,
only one.
you're okay. You're one of the many.
I'm just kidding.
No, because I think it's true. I think it has the ability to do that because now we don't have to sit there and go, man, The Last Jedi sucked, right? We don't have to do that in 2 months. We sit there and go like, man, The Last Jedi. Oh, thank God it's not the last movie. You know, like at least it's better. And I think that's why a lot of fans are going to go into it. I think like people that are trying to say, because if you read the comments on the videos, and I read out the comments, people are saying, oh, the movie's like, I said the movie's going to pull in $2 billion, right? That's what I said. I said it's going to pull in, it's going to clear $2 billion, 100%. and they go, no, it's going to make like $800 million. Like people are saying that, like they're going, like it's going to make under $1 billion. I'm
A
like,
billion. It's gonna
like
be
there's no way the movie's not going to gross $2 billion. You know, and
2 billion.
I think the fact that it's the last movie in the franchise of the Skywalker saga, it culminates 42 years. Everyone's already rocking nostalgic from Endgame, right?
What
So
about
people are
1.5?
it's gonna do more than 1.5. It's gonna
What do you
go.
think, Robert?
No, I definitely think it's going to hit $1 billion. There's no way it's not going to.
Yeah, but two.
I think it's going to be close, man, because look, the way it's being marketed and the way Disney's putting it out there is this is the final film in the Skywalker saga. It's really going to hit on
Saga or Sega, like you said.
Saga.
Yeah.
Saga. It's the last film. So it's going to draw in the casual fan, and just to be clear, that is where these movies make a lot of money, is the casual fan. The hardcore fan, I've always said it about horror films. Hardcore fans are always going to go. If you're a hardcore fan of horror films, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, look, you're going to go because you're a fan. But the studios make so much money off of the casual fan and the repeat business, the person who goes a second, a third time. So with their marketing of, this is the final film for Skywalker and the Skywalker series, it looks like that's really the way they're going with this for the casual fan to bring them in. So I think we're going to see close to 2 billion on this. It's not going to break, Endgame records. It's not going to get close to Avatar. I don't think it will, but it's going to be up there. I think they're going to make their money back on it. They're not going to be worried about it.
John Early is saying, his comment is, who here likes Ben Solo because he's more dislikable than President Donald Trump? Well, first of all, you're not supposed to like Ben Solo. So if people don't like him, the studio's doing a good job giving that impression. But do I think he's a good villain? I do, actually. I like he's kind of dweeby, kind of like scummy, doesn't really walk with his chest up. He's kind of like, he has like a complex about him, like his attitude, like he hunches, he's kind of old school with his sword fighting. If you look at the old serials, like they kind of fight like that. He's unpredictable in a way. He's a bitch. He throws tantrums. I would not like to be an Imperial or a First Order officer next to him. Put it that way, because he'll like me one minute and the next cut my head off because he's constipated or something. But yeah, I think he's cool. But he keeps getting his butt whipped, and I think they need to show him a little bit more powerful. What do you guys think of little Ben?
What always threw me for a loop, and I know there's probably going to be people that are going to disagree with me in comments.
No way.
Was when from the beginning of the scene we saw how powerful he was right from the opening when he stops the blast in midair from the blaster from Poe.
Yeah.
He stops it in midair, turns around, literally stops it. Okay. Sith powers, dark side of the Force, whatever you want to call it. He uses it. He's quick. He's agile. He's fast. Those were his reflexes to stop it. Then in the final battle scene with him versus Rey, she beats him. And I know he's injured by the bowcaster. I get it. But that's always been my issue, is how was he beaten? Almost easily.
Matt?
I do think that the wound to his side is a key factor in that. Also, it's possible that he underestimated Rey and her ability. I know a lot of people out there really have issue with trying to give Rey any benefit of the doubt as a character. They look at her and they go how did she fight Kylo Ren? We never saw her train with the lightsaber. That's true. We didn't, but we did see her take out a couple dudes from Unkar Plat
Yep.
on Jakku. And we have to look at it from the aspect of this is a girl. And again, this is like what was kind of set up, and it does require a little bit of outside the direct, like what we see thinking. I don't want to say out of the box because it's not out of the box. It's literally just like scene adjacent. But this is a girl whose parents abandoned her on Jakku.
Uh-huh.
She grew up in a very harsh environment. She is obviously a loner. She is a scavenger. She's a survivor. So she would have had to have learned to fight. And I mean, Unkar Plat was like, basically like, you know, hey, you've worked for me, which would indicate that she would know her way around ships because she would have been working on that.
Mhm.
And so flying the Millennium Falcon, I mean, that's the thing. Oh, she can pilot ships. Well, I mean, who's to say she couldn't pilot ships? It's this argument that's 4 years old now that I just laugh at because I'm like, people don't, you know, they're trying to find anything they can to attack Rey, like on anything.
The other thing that's pretty like contradictory. Is that a word?
Contradictory.
All right. Is the same people that are talking about Rey in the same manner that you just mentioned, are love the prequels, but yet you see the dumbest, lamest robots, the Roger guys, like smoking Jedis left and right in that movie.
Oh, the battle droids.
They're terrible.
Yeah, the battle.
And they're smoking Jedis all day. They're
Well,
just, you know, it's like, what the hell?
I think with Rey's abilities, it looks like from the trailer that we saw, when with that scene with her leaping in the forest, and then it transitions to her, you know, back inside the old Star Destroyer where she's leaping because she's scavenging.
Actually, I think it was a Death Star. Upon looking at it again,
was that the Death Star?
It looks like the same room where Obi-Wan was deactivating the shield,
the power generator.
The power generators. It looks like that a little bit. And so what it is, and I looked at it again, I'm like, oh, she's sweating because she's training. I don't think she's sweating because she's training. She's wet because there was that shot of her on that skiff going towards the Death Star. Plus it was raining outside and she's by the ocean. So that's what I think it is. I think at the end of the day, that's her in the Death Star too. And she's wet from being in the water. So yeah.
I thought the Emperor, or well, we think it's the Emperor, that shot where we see the back of its head, it looks like a Sith Lord. It's probably the Emperor, but it looks like it's walking.
Well,
right?
I mean,
Like
I mean, technology. Yeah, he could be in like something very similar to what like Darth Maul has.
Yeah,
you know, where he's only got robotic. He's got like a robotic body or something.
I thought it was the camera that was panning. It didn't.
It can be, because some of those shots are very mysterious and they're meant to have people talk like we are. What did you guys think the thing that you're a trooper? What the hell? I think John may come in here. What do you guys think of what Rey and Kylo are smashing? That statue looking thing is. I think it's Darth Vader for some reason.
It's looking at it again, like the first frame of that shot, it looks like it's Vader's helmet. Yeah. And I don't think they destroyed it on purpose. I think they might have been. I think what I'm thinking is happening at that point is I think Vader had the dagger of Mortis. If that's what it is, which would make look, if that's do you know about that one? Robert, do you know about the dagger of Mortis?
No, I've heard of it. I haven't followed up with any history on it or any backstory on it.
Oh, okay. So here's essentially the quick of it is, in the Clone Wars, there's an episode where Anakin and Ahsoka go out to like the unknown regions to, I forget exactly why, but they basically come across the father, the son, and the daughter. They're all Force users. The father has the ability of immortality, which he passes on to his children, provided he's still alive. The son is the embodiment of the dark side. The sister is the embodiment of the light side. And then the father is the balance, essentially. So they go there and he has the dagger of Mortis. And ultimately, the dagger can kill an immortal being. It can kill an immortal Force user. So the idea here essentially is that, because in the show, the son kills Ahsoka, then the father kills himself to basically remove immortality from the son. Anakin kills the son, and then the sister gives her body, her soul, in order to resurrect Ahsoka. So showing that the pure embodiment of either, or at least it's possible to either have immortality or to have everlasting, or to have the ability of resurrection. So there's a lot of things that they're playing with that I thought's really interesting. So they have that, and if that's the dagger, if that's the artifact that Vader has that he maybe took from the Emperor or something, or he happened to be collecting over the years, because there was a bit of that stuff where there's Snoke had the ring that from underneath Vader's castle in Mustafar. There's like a ring there. There's like a whole bunch of lore, and so it's all like enchanted items essentially.
Oh, okay.
And so if this dagger can be what kills the Emperor because the Emperor is immortal. I mean, think about it, right? The tale of Pelagus the Wise, him trying to him trying to find out a way for everlasting life. So what if the Emperor figured that out and that's what they need? And he took the one item or something like that, or maybe Vader figured it out and Vader just wanted to get that one item in order to be able to kill the Emperor if necessary,
if needed.
Right? Kind of like Batman having kryptonite bullets in the Batcave, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just that like, hey, you know what? Just to be on the safe side,
just in case,
just in case death machine. So, I mean, granted, that's all speculation, and this is why I said that this movie has the ability to unite the fandom, because if they take from the Clone Wars TV show, and they even had the ghost from Rebels
was in,
right,
yeah,
and if they can pull,
Falcon.
Yeah, right there, if they can pull from that, they can pull from other. And keep in mind, the Clone Wars and Rebels are very popular amongst fans.
Yeah, they have their hardcore fan base.
Yeah, and those guys.
On that note, I have a friend that Eben, Robert, him.
Yeah.
Who he knows a lot about movies, and he really liked The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi, he absolutely hates, and ever since then, he's like, I don't care. So
nah, they're all going to see it anyway. That's the whole thing.
Here's the story. No, dude, this guy will not go. Trust me. Trust me, he will not go. Today he calls me, he goes, dude, is that the ghost in the trailer? That was this, and I go, I don't know. I don't watch Clone Wars. He goes, dude, that's like the best thing to watch. But that got his attention.
Yeah.
But the blue milk in The Last Jedi, he was like, no Solo, no nothing. He doesn't care. This thing though was like, dude, is that the ghost? Like he was asking me.
It caught his attention.
Yeah. So you may have a point there, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets the fans, especially in regards to, like, let's say the Fandom Menace, because they kind of like idolize Ahsoka and they idolize that show.
The problem with them, and I'm gonna leave a few of those guys out of it because a lot of,
I'm just saying as a whole. I'm not talking about anyone in particular.
Hold on, Jeffrey. I mean,
oh.
No. I actually talked to a few of those guys, and they're intelligent, but there's unfortunately, like I would say, like 65% of them, that's all they got going for them is just being negative for no reason. So they're gonna say it's bad no matter what, pulling stuff that's just like ridiculous. On the other side, there are Phantom Menace members or whatever that actually, in my opinion, they do bring up legitimate arguments of why they don't like something, or they're upset at some maybe being treated by the company poorly, right?
Yeah, no, I get that.
But there's also, the oh no, like the water. No. Oh no, the trailer. Did you see that Kylo Ren's cape is not CGI'd on the floor? Oh my God, this movie's gonna suck. I mean, come on, man. Oh, did you see? The trailer, man. Like, they don't focus on anything, but there's one little like hair off on one of the characters. It's not completely CGI'd on a trailer they released a month ago. So they're setting their entire failure of the film on that, and that's ridiculous.
or what do you mean C-3PO has friends?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the stupidest thing. Well, it's just there's so much. Look, there are things to complain about 100%. There's a lot. I've complained a lot about The Last Jedi, And The Force Awakens isn't perfect. Rogue One is great. Solo has its problems, but I like it.
Read that.
Read what am I looking at here?
The ghost being there is the best type of continuity for Star Wars. I agree.
Matt's onto something right there with
Yeah.
unification.
I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there that are gonna go see this movie out of curiosity. And I think a lot of them are gonna get pulled in by their friends. Maybe it's like the Call of Duty phenomenon, right?
Yeah.
How many people spend all year going, God, Call of Duty sucks, but then they end up buying it.
And buying it.
And you're like, why did you buy it? You hate it. All my friends have
All
it.
my friends are playing it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And so it's kind of like, like I bought my ticket yesterday. I usually get one particular seat. It was available for the first showing in my neighborhood. Great, cool, got it. I'll go see it by myself.
Your friend.
No, it's just me.
Oh.
But then my friend who lives about an hour away hit me up today and he's like, I got a spare ticket. Dude, do you want to go with me? And like, yeah, we saw Infinity War and Endgame together. So I'm like, all right, man, yeah, bomb up there.
Wait, can I call BS on that?
No.
Because
Why?
Matt has no friends like C-3PO?
I have a lot of friends. I just choose to talk to you because because it's a tax write-off because it's considered a charitable donation.
Wow.
Wow. Epic. Do you guys notice that like Matt, when he gets on the stream, he's very polite, very, and then as the night gets as it gets later, his real self's coming out. Like
his show starts to become blue, right?
Yeah,
like
his Dr. Jekyll.
Well, it's more like I'm tired and my filter has been really, really, really off lately.
Yeah.
So
he's shirtless on his bed. Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm on some new medication, so it's like I haven't had a filter. So there's that.
Hey, everyone, we got a few people watching pretty good for this time, and we didn't even promote the.
I promoted it on Twitter.
Oh, you did. Thank you, man.
And then one of my fans, listeners. I don't know. I hate the word fan. I think it's people who watch, and I appreciate it.
Part of your community.
Part of my community. One of my community members posted it in my Discord.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So I see Shidoko's here, and I see that I saw that Safety Zoom is here. So there we go.
Matt, can you do me a favor and go ahead and post your link to your channel? I know a lot of these people are already with you, but if there's probably a few if they come in later and stuff. The stream we did yesterday is actually growing, so people like to rewatch that stuff. I know. We going back to what Robert was talking about not watching other YouTubers. I do watch a lot of YouTube, and I see what works, and I really like long form podcast type of thing like this, especially if you live in LA or an area where there's a lot of traffic as you're going to work for an hour. You can look at us and spend the time before you know it, because sometimes radio stations or the topics are BS and there's a lot of commercials and stuff like that. Real quick, guys, can I change the subject? I feel like okay, so the reviews for Terminator Dark Fate have been released. The embargo has been lifted. I like the movie a lot. I think it's the best one since T2. And it's actually, in my opinion, more original than T2 because T2 was a repeat, in my opinion, of the first film with a larger budget. Nothing wrong with that. The first film, though, was a straight up horror film. Second one felt like it more action sci-fi. This one feels a little bit more like T2, but much different storyline. You guys will know when you see it. I don't want to spoil it. But
when does it come out? When's it out?
November the 1st. But it definitely does not deserve a rotten score on Rotten Tomato, which is that's what it's going at right now. So I'm going to call it right now. Critics are review bombing the film. I don't know why. I don't know if there's an anti-James Cameron sentiment around James Cameron stuff gets review bombed by official critics. They did the same thing with Alita. So I don't know what's going on. Do you guys feel the same way, or am I overreaching? Matt?
I think I've told you my thoughts on Terminator. I've been burned a couple times with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't want to say it sucks or it looks bad. I haven't seen it, but it's hard for me to want to go back, honestly. It's kind of tough.
But on that note, that means your expectations are low. So the
Oh,
movie's yeah, but it has nothing to do with the movie.
no.
I actually believe a lot
the
of people
previous
think like this.
movies.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do agree with you as far as being enthusiastic for the film because of being burned a lot, but that should actually lower expectations. And then when the movie is actually screened or you see the film, you should be like blown away because it's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Matt, you think people are anti James Cameron, or am I just seeing things?
No, I don't think people care about James Cameron. He hasn't had him. He hasn't once. Okay, it's been 10 years since Cameron's had a film.
Yeah,
Sure, it was up until a few months ago the highest grossing movie of all time, and people know who he is. But Hollywood and entertainment's a lot of what have you done for me lately?
uh-huh.
And when you don't see him for a decade, you kind of go, okay, And so here's like, oh, he gets Alita, and Alita came out on February. I mean,
It was February.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I love Alita, but it came out, I think, at a time when it just didn't really have the marketing behind it. Also, there was that odd transition from Disney taking over Fox, and let's be fair,
The marketing.
Disney kind of tanked some movies. I think
some of the Fox IPs it did.
yeah, it did that with Dark Phoenix. It tanked it real hard. Look, I stand by that too, because they could have pulled it from a June release 5 weeks post Endgame to an October release or something, or a September release or a January release when it wasn't a hot competitive market, and it would have pulled a lot better because it wasn't coming off of the culmination of 22 films. Like I stand by. They screwed that movie. They did. They screwed the movie. But anyway, no, when it comes to Terminator, I think it has its diehard fans. And I think that Cameron, as a producer, whether he was heavily involved or not, he's been all over the marketing. Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool, that's a big pull. And the fact that it's getting some decent reviews, I think will help with word of mouth and people who want to go see it.
It's actually rotten almost. It's at,
But no one cares
59.
about that as much as you think.
Yeah, but you said decent reviews. Where's everyone talking about?
I've seen people. Well, I read some critical reactions on Twitter that were positive.
Yeah.
So I mean, but not everyone's a Rotten Tomato critic, and I think a lot of Rotten Tomato does get overinflated.
Okay,
let's be fair.
But let's be fair. We sit here and we say that Rotten Tomatoes doesn't matter, but when there are recaps, everyone just goes straight to Rotten Tomatoes.
In our community, people look at it as kind of an overall view. I think it's also just something that, I use it strictly for content. It's just another metric to pull from. You look at Metacritic, you look at Rotten Tomatoes, you kind of look through Twitter, engage what people are saying on Twitter, but even that's such a small metric. What, 6,000 critics is what they have now? But
no,
you'll
they
see something.
They have more than.
Well,
that.
no, they just added up to 6,000. They added another 600 is what they just added to put it to 6,000.
600? I thought it was 5,000.
No, they had 5,000, over 5,000. Then they added an additional 600. Like 660 or something, and then that's what put it at 6,000. Yeah,
still a large number. I can't.
It's a large number, but not everybody watches everything.
No,
and
when they do reviews, what is it like? Less than 200 people. I see.
In many cases, you're looking anywhere between 200 to 400 people.
Yeah.
For bigger movies, but look at the Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones, right? Had a 9% or something on there. It was 17 reviews. 17 reviews, and everyone was like, the Rotten Tomatoes score is so terrible because critics are woke and don't have a sense of humor. It's 17 people. 17 people are saying that. That is not an accurate representation. And then wasn't John saying something along the lines of people don't want to put reviews up there because they didn't want to go against the grain, because they don't want to get out of that echo chamber, and they don't want to
I think there's a concern because that people will get upset and stuff, but I think some of us need to learn that if people want to not be a friend of yours or hang out with you because of your opinion, that's not what this country's made out of. That's not the point of this entire society. But there's also a concern is what if you see my positive review for this project and it goes against my political view, and you're a PR agent or you're a PR company? Are you going to stop inviting me to watch these screenings so I can review the movie and make a living? There's that too. There's that kind of concern. But I'm starting to notice that people in the PR industry don't look at that. They do not. They're not. Their goal is just to get people to talk about the films or whatever project it is, and not really, unless you're straight up insulting, there's not really much of a red flag, or spoiling, breaking embargo. There's not that real much to worry about. Anyways, Intergalactic Mojito said, did you feel though like Terminator ended with Judgment Day, or did you think the new installment was necessary? My opinion, do you guys want to know? It was fun. So fun is a necessity. So I think it was necessary to have fun and have a reason to go to the movies. And I want to see it again. It could have ended in T2 and it could have ended T1 the same way. T1 is a straight up horror, more of a horror movie, in my opinion, horror sci-fi. T2 is kind of repetitive of the first one. And that's always going to be a little bit of what people always, the naysayers bring up, that actually like T1 more than 2. There's actually a lot of people like that. I've bumped into them. I like T2 more, I think. But I do understand the script is similar to the first one. And I think this one's more original. It was great. But if you don't like it, you could always just erase your memory. Like,
but don't you know it's woke because it has a female Terminator that's the hero, and it's woke because it has a Latina actress as the new Sarah Connor.
Has anyone complained about the Latina actor?
I have heard not so much complaints about the actress, but like Diego Luna, like it's trying to fit it's trying to check a couple boxes and hit the Latino market.
Good.
But I'm sure he's fine in it.
Well, here's the thing about the Latin market that people don't understand. I think most Latin people are cool with watching white people on screen or black people on screen. They're not go to the movie because, oh no, we're used to not being represented. And as a male Hispanic guy, we're like skipped over. So like when people go, oh, what do you think of this about the representation? It's like, I don't care. I just want a good movie. One of my favorite heroes is Luke Skywalker. And I'm not blonde hair, blue eyes farmer that wants to go to Tashi Station to pick up power converters. I just like the guy's arc, and I relate to him, and I want him to win, and it's not going to affect the way I watch films.
Well, I think there's also a study that came out a couple of years ago that said that Latino families actually spend more money on movies than white and black families do.
There's 21% of the box office is starting to average out. That's why I keep seeing the 21 to 25%.
Yeah, it's starting to average out. It really is. And so we're going to start seeing then movies that are going to be catered to that demographic. And that's just how the system works. As long as it's good, who cares?
I gotta be honest with you. It's not the thing about, for me being Latino, of course, it's not the thing about Latino, but like, movies need to show sometimes different stuff. And if you're always in America, and if you're only making movies in California, for example, whatever, when you take it to Texas, there's a different vibe Texas gives you, right? Part of this film takes place in Mexico, and the Terminator and Mexico, right? That's something different. So it catches your eye, because now you got like James Cameron's knowledge and the director's knowledge in Mexico, in a high budget film, and it's something different. And then you get Diego Luna, who you don't see someone like Diego Luna being a Terminator. So now you got that spin and stuff. And then you got a Terminator that speaks Spanish and English. So you're like, wow, this is different. So it creates an environment that's different and interesting. So I think it's a good thing overall. But
well, I'm not complaining. I'm just
I know,
pointing out
I'm just making the point for people who are listening that I think it's cool. It felt a little bit like a Tarantino or a Robert Rodriguez Terminator film at some points, which is cool, right?
That'd be okay. That'd be cool to see.
It was fun. It was fun movie. I think you guys are gonna like it. Maybe not love it, but like it.
I hope so.
Well, just seeing Schwarzenegger back as the Terminator,
and he's great.
Sarah Connor, and
he's fantastic.
And then Tim Miller is a good director, so that's what I want. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yep. A few people thought there wasn't enough action in the film, but I thought it was fine.
Well, I mean, it doesn't always
We'll see.
need like a great deal of action. That's one of the bigger problems that people have. You know, like you can enjoy a movie for just even some of the slow parts.
John Early says that Deadshot is Latino in the comic books. I'm not sure. Does anyone know about that?
Floyd Lawton is Latino.
Maybe there's an alternate.
Is that like an alternate universe for Deadshot?
My last name is
I don't know.
Blackheart. You probably never heard of it.
Would it be Muerto Shot?
Muerto Shot.
Who are you?
No,
Muerto
no,
Shot.
Matt. That's racist.
It's not racist.
It'd be Tequila Shot.
There you go.
Jeez, goddamn. Fucking kill me. Just kill me. Just Jesus.
And not even Tequila Shot, but Tequila.
Oh my God, just murder me.
You know, you laughed your ass off.
Oh no.
Uh,
Wow.
I think there's it's going to be a fine movie. But it's clearly not gonna. It's probably gonna end up being something that's gonna do better overseas. I mean, Tencent co-financed it. I was wondering where the hell Paramount got $200 million.
Well, the opening, this isn't a spoiler. The opening of the film, when you see who's involved, you get Paramount, you get 20th Century Fox, you get like, $3 theater. Like,
Yeah, that's well. I threw some money in. Yeah, I had that $5.
It's the whole gamut of financial backers.
Yeah. We kickstarted a Terminator movie.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
And stuff like that. Anyways, any final thoughts on Terminator, guys? Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
No expectations. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I went into Genesis without having seen any previews. Right, no trailer. I don't know how I avoided it, but I did. And I was pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed Genesis, not knowing anything going in.
Yeah.
I don't remember one single trailer for Genesis. I really don't.
They showed off the twist of the movie in the trailer.
Yeah, I don't even
kind of like Bloodshot. Like put out that twist in the trailer, and people like, who did like why that was in the trailer? I'm like, I don't know, man. I kind of agree.
Ending to this film was accidentally. Well, I don't even know if it was an accident. It was leaked by the official Terminator website or their social media, and they retracted it, which made them look like okay, this is the ending, right? So that happened. Safety Zone's asking, is John Connor supposed to be dead in the new film? And I'm not going to answer that because I think the film has some cool mysteries going on and some good twists. So I want you guys to enjoy it. So you go pay, have a good time, tell your friends about it, and we'll get Terminator Dark Fate 2 Electric Boogaloo. I really want that. Robert, you want to talk a little bit about, you said you want to talk about Halloween Kills? There's an update, or you want to just
well, yeah, we had a little bit of an update for it. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis put a post, an image from her Instagram. This was like last week or a couple weeks ago, but they're currently in production for Halloween Kills. And I was watching a guy on YouTube, and I completely forgot his name. So he deserves all the credit, but he actually went out to some of the locations that they're filming. I believe they're in North Carolina filming. I think that's where
they filmed the first one.
Yeah, that's where principal photography is. So he went out there, kind of wanted to revisit some of the sets, but he was stopped and couldn't go any further in certain spots because set designers are starting to set everything up and build. So production is currently on the way, or ongoing, and I believe we're gonna have it for next Halloween, right? That's the plan, isn't it?
I believe it is going to be released. There's those schedules are a quick turnaround because there's not a lot of VFX from what I understand. Matt, you have any input on Halloween Kills?
I haven't even seen Halloween, so
look at you.
I don't know. Yeah, you don't like it. Yeah, I know. I was gonna.
I thought it was okay. It was a movie that was entertaining. It has a lot of missteps when you line it up to the other movie or the previous movie. There's missteps, and Lewis very loudly pointed out a lot of things he really didn't like. But I still thought it was one of those movies that was entertaining. I still liked it, but I told him even last year when we reviewed it and we were doing and the press stuff was coming in for it, I don't want to see another one. There's no reason to do another one
Well,
other than a cash
deal.
grab.
Here's the deal. I had a great time with the movie.
Oh no, we had a lot of fun with what
Getting
we did
there,
with it.
leading up to it, meeting Dave McRae, who's the YouTuber. I sent a link to you guys about his Star Wars reaction, which was great. The guy is awesome. So
That's
he's from
an awesome
Canada.
reaction.
He came and visit because we have a convention here in Pasadena called, what is it called?
Which one?
The Halloween one.
There was a specific Halloween convention, but
Correct.
that was
he
for
went
the
there.
movie.
Yeah, and I met him at the Myers house, which is in Pasadena. So we were like going on location, and I was looking forward to the movie. It looked like a legit thing. And the only problem is I felt like I was even willing to give it a chance because they're saying, okay, this is the proper sequel to part 2. This is part 2 no longer exists. This is part 2 now.
Part
right?
2 no longer exists. It
Correct.
doesn't exist
So
at all.
Halloween 2, which was written by John Carpenter, is no longer. This is what happened after Michael gets shot and the balcony falls over, and then Loomis looks over the balcony and he's gone. This is it, right? So we're watching it, and I feel like the movie. Look at him with his toys.
So this movie, this mask no longer exists, right?
That's part 2, yes.
Yeah, that was part 2, the part 2 mask.
But you gotta comb its hair, dude. It looks like fuck.
It looks it looks like my hair.
No, it looks like Michael, not Myers, but it looks like Michael King, the boxing promoter. But anyways, yeah. So the movie just was a repeat of all the movies that happened before. So that's what I thought. Anyways, Halloween Kills. I've seen those pictures. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's not. I'll have fun checking it out regardless. I don't know if the movie's good.
Intergalactic Mojito's asking, is there a classic horror movie that has been remade or rebooted that you would like to see updated? Classic horror movie that hasn't been remade. So a classic horror movie that hasn't been remade or rebooted that we think we should get an update. I could give you examples of. I think they've exhausted just about every horror movie. That's my thought.
Matt, any ideas?
Classic. Well, I guess define classic horror.
Could be cult favorites. I would say classic to me at this point is anything we're still talking about after 5 years it's gone. I would call Friday the 13th classic at this point.
It's
the shine. I would call Scream is entered into the classic domain. I think.
I don't think Scream needs to be touched at this point. They've already done a lot with it.
They have the TV show.
The first season was good, really good. But it's one of those things, you want to know who the killer is, right? So, I don't know.
I can't think of one that already hasn't been messed with or rebooted or so-called fresh take on it. I think most of the classics have already been redone in some capacity. There's nothing that I could think of.
Let's see here, a classic horror film that could be redone.
Let's expand it a little bit. Intergalactic Mojito.
She's including cult favorites as well.
Let's talk about in general all movies. Do you think anything out there needs to be rebooted, or you would like to see a reboot out of it? I mentioned Monster Squad the other day.
No, leave it alone. It's not because it's going to be politically correct. It's not going to have the same vibe.
Have Todd Phillips direct it. He doesn't care.
Well, that they were going to remake it, right? Rob Marshall was attached to direct it.
I heard that they were going to that there was a plan to reboot it, and then it kind of died, just like Trick or Treat 2. Michael Dougherty's movie. I mean, I heard about it, and then it kind of just went away, and we haven't heard anything else about it. But that's one movie it's hard to capture that vibe or that so-called magic of that film with the cast.
Not really. They did it with it chapter 1.
Well, no, it chapter 1 was completely different than the television series. I mean,
I mean the likable the Goonies kids type.
Oh no, the first it chapter 1, that was all casting. I mean, all the kids.
Yeah, but you get that and Stranger Things. Like if you have that with Universal Monsters, I think that'd be dope.
But just some of the jokes would they? I mean, I know they're dated jokes.
Well, yeah, but you have to update the jokes. It wouldn't be the exact same movie. It'd have to like.
I'm just afraid it would be watered down a little bit. That's all that would be my concern. It's not the most politically correct movie if you watch it now.
What part though?
It's just some of the terminology. I mean that, I'll say to myself, as for myself, not offended, because those were things that, you kind of teased each other with as you were kids, and things that calling each other fat kid, and now you can't say stuff like that.
Nards?
No, fat kid.
That's what you call me all the time.
There's certain words that you can't use today. So that would just be my concern, is that it would just be lost. It wouldn't have that same little zing kind of thing.
Don't ever make that sound again on this channel, please.
In your ear.
Someone's gonna grab that and just loop it.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got one. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. What about Blackula?
Can't do it.
Can Blackula be remade?
A Quentin Tarantino film? Maybe. I didn't see the original. I just heard about it.
You never seen the original?
No, I heard about it, but
oh my lord.
Yeah. It's a comedy though, right?
Yep.
It's kind of like a dark comedy.
It's campy.
Yeah, campy.
Not really meant to be campy, but it's campy.
Yeah.
But Blackula, I mean, the closest thing we had was Eddie Murphy with a vampire in Brooklyn, but it wasn't in the same vein as like Blackula. But could that be remade or rebooted? I would watch that.
Vampires nowadays, they're just whack. And I need some real vampires like we had in Blade.
Or the movie Vampires.
Vampire.
John
Carpenter's
Vampires.
I don't remember liking that movie.
That's a great movie.
It's a lot of fun.
I gotta revisit.
I liked it. James Wood.
James Woods before he went crazy. Yeah.
Before he went totally off his rocker. Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
If you guys are movie buffs, like check out like the making of Halloween, the 1978 one. Man, there's some great stories coming out of that. And not only that, like you see a lot of documentaries coming out of here, this YouTube as well, like of films. You ever wonder about movies that you saw growing up as a kid, who made them, how they were written, how they put them together, how they got financing, and all the drama? You get a lot of real talented documentary producers and directors here on YouTube. I remember I used to spend hours like a year ago. I think I've seen pretty much everything I was interested in, but yeah, Halloween has some crazy stories.
Or John Early's suggestion of remake only bad movies like American Psycho 2.
I watched that one night.
You liked it?
No. I mean, I didn't, but I didn't like American Psycho either. So
did you read the book before you saw the movie?
I saw the movie when I was like 18.
Okay.
So, which is weird that it's like 20 years old next year. Same with American Beauty. And it's weird to think that they were in the theater at the same time.
I revisited American Beauty, maybe a few weeks ago. It doesn't seem like it's 20 years already.
What's funny was I saw American Beauty on accident because I was supposed to go see American Psycho with a friend of mine, and he didn't show up to the theater. So I was like, well, I don't want to see American Psycho without him, so I guess I'll just go see American Beauty. And I walked out going like, wow, that was really good.
Oh, it's an awesome movie. Fantastic movie. The ending is just, it completely threw me when I saw the movie. I loved it. Still
What's
love
a
it.
movie you guys like? Everyone likes, and you guys don't get it.
Juno.
Like, why? Which one?
Juno.
Don't remember that one.
I liked Juno a lot. You didn't like it, Matt?
No, man. I think Diablo Cody is a hack writer. I mean, Jason Reitman's directing was good, but like and Ellen Page was okay, but I just felt like it was, Michael Cera is always just being a bit too much like a Bluth, you know, and I was like, all right. And then it was just like LOL hamburger phone, you know, and I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it at all. I will say that Jennifer's body was a much better sophomore effort on her part for Rex. I enjoyed the twist of Jennifer's body being like the guys, they wanted musical fame, so they, sold their souls to Satan, and that was like they willfully did it. Mm-hmm. I thought that was just a funny twist.
Intergalactic Mojito saying that Princess Bride. I don't get it.
Wow, another one. Princess Bride. I love that movie.
John saying that Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho was better than American Psycho. Thoughts?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. By far.
I mean, like Viggo Mortensen's Psycho was better than American Psycho, so I don't really know what the comparison level here is. Sorry, not Viggo Mortensen. Gus Van Sant.
Gus Van Sant directed.
Yeah, it was Vince Vaughn. What am I thinking?
Vince Vaughn. There you go.
Did any of you guys see?
Well, Viggo Mortensen's in it, but
okay, yeah,
he's in it.
So is Anne Hesh.
Anne Hesh.
It was awful, man. Did anyone here watch Bates Motel?
No, I never got on board,
dude.
I watched a couple episodes of it, but I had trouble getting into it.
Oh, I thought it was awesome. Quick question, maybe you guys know, but I always watched Bates Motel, and I never saw them give any credit, not even on IMDb, to oh damn, I can't believe I forgot his name.
Hitchcock?
Like I forgot his name. Yeah, there's no credit. Is he not the original creator of that, or what happened?
I mean, other than directing, I don't know if he created the characters. That I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, because he's not even on IMDb, and I would think that's a big deal. Hero Journalism is in the house. What's up?
Oh, what's going on, Jason?
Megan's body, Freudian slip.
Well, I looked a lot at Megan's body in that movie, so yeah. Also, they had some behind the scenes photos where she was getting out of the lake wearing like the bodysuit or whatever, and it was relatively see through. So you're like, yeah. Just saying. Okay, so no, there's a novel. Psycho is based on a novel by Robert Bloch.
Okay. So maybe he's on the credit right there.
Oh, then yeah. I don't know much about the history of Psycho other than
he has a based on characters by credit.
Got it.
Movies I don't get, like I'm not that into, are like the Harry Potter series.
How are you not in? How could you not like Harry Potter?
Man, I tried. I just, it's not like I don't hate them. I'm cool that they exist and stuff. I don't hate anything. I don't feel like anything should not exist, but I'm just like, I'm not, it's not my thing. Anything to do with your twin Kevin Smith is pretty bad. Let's see what else.
Oh, there you go. There's mine. People love Chasing Amy. I don't get it.
Matt?
I mean, I like the movie, but I haven't seen it probably in like well over 15 years.
I've always hated that movie. I don't know what it is. Just, I've never got the love or understood the love.
I don't know. I don't know how Mallrats failed and Chasing Amy wasn't met with the same condemnation. Because I love Mallrats. I think that's a great film, but I think Dogma is like his pinnacle.
Dogma was his peak, huh?
I think so, yeah. I mean, and I really want to see the reboot. But sorry,
what the hell is that, dude?
That's a yawn.
No yawning over here.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go to bed here pretty soon.
Safety Zone says Kevin Smith slowly evolved into a hack. He used to be a golden boy.
Well, I mean, I think at the time look at like indie film in the 90s, right? It was really like 5 people. Tarantino, Rodriguez, Smith, and a couple others. Came out of the indie film scene in the 90s, and then in the early 2000s, it blew up with a lot more people.
Where does Rob Zombie land in this?
Zombie lands in the started off good, but just has, actually, I think Rob Zombie had the benefit of the doubt of making really kick-ass music and people going like having insanely good art direction.
And the last name Zombie.
Yeah.
So they think, because Kevin Smith and Rob Zombie, they seem to be like, buddies.
Well, I think Kevin Smith kind of likes everybody, so there's that.
Yeah, but I think he actually gets invited. He gets like every time you see Rob Zombie like has a premiere or something. Kevin Smith doesn't show up to every premiere though. He's pretty particular.
Well, he was in promoting the reboot, so he's literally been everywhere.
He has.
Like he's been everywhere. He was on the Young Turks, for crying out loud.
Kevin Smith was?
Yeah, he went on the Young Turks and did like a half hour, and then he went on like their post game and did 90 minutes. And I'm like, that's just okay. I didn't think you would be going on. I need to watch it, but yeah, he's everywhere and it's crazy how much he got around. But I think that Smith is a talented guy. Well, sorry, but he ended up. I think he just kind of like makes what he wants to make.
One of his movies right now?
No. I'm just imagining one of your videos and you talking, and then it's just
shit.
It's or I'm just watching one of my videos. It could be the same thing. It's fine.
Dude, he burned me so bad that he retracted it a little bit.
He retracted. He's like, oh shit.
He's like, dude, this guy's not gonna invite me anymore. No more free Blu-rays for me. But anyways, yeah, dude. I mean, what do we got in the chat here?
People loving on Mallrats.
Mallrats is a good movie. Go for.
I
still say go forth and wreak havoc.
What? Okay, so on the flip side of that, what movie do you really like? And of course, the chat could come in on this. What movie do you really like? And then when you tell people about it, they're like, "Man, that sucks."
A movie that I really like that everyone hates. There's a lot of them, so I got to kind of choose wisely.
Not that everyone hates, but I wish more people liked the and it does have a fan base. Is Napoleon Dynamite? And
that's a huge fan base. What are you talking about?
Oh,
man, there's people you tell about that movie and they're like, "Oh, I didn't like it." I'm like, "Dude, you gotta watch it like twice, dude."
No, the movie sucks. The movie sucks. Like that movie's terrible, but it's like But when I did not like it, and my friends, oh my god, they pushed me to watch that so hard, and I finally watched it, and I was like, this is it.
It needs 2 viewings.
I could barely make it through one. It's like Donnie Darko.
Oh god, I saw that one time. That was it.
Yeah,
never went back.
What about the other one? Also was you watching a Smith movie, Savage? The other one too was Nacho Libre. I love that movie.
I saw it one time and I was okay with seeing it just the one time. I don't think that Joshua Hess? Because I know it's like Joshua and then like his wife is named Jerusha. So I get those confused quite often. The dude, I don't think is that. I think he's a very simplistic director that relies a bit too heavily on just kind of irreverent humor. But I think and this is going to sound kind of bad, but I think the fact that he's Mormon is one of the reasons why he's in a devout Mormon is one of the reasons why I feel like his humor doesn't land. Like it's very like you could see that, he's lived kind of a PG life and he creates content that is very PG based. And that's not what I'm into. So it didn't work. I saw it was funny, like, haha, but then I was like, it lost me halfway through because
Napoleon Dynamite or
no, I didn't like Napoleon Dynamite at all. I laughed at the one joke when like they were like someone's telling Pedro like I'm not going to vote for you or something, and then like the Vatos roll up and like the caddy and they just stare at him. That made me laugh. But I just kind of felt that even what's the name of the actor who was Napoleon Dynamite?
I don't remember.
John
Heder. John
Heder. That's it.
I just never really felt that he was like that good of an actor anyway. So I just like,
God,
like, yes, like it's quotable. The movie's quotable. I will admit it's quotable. I just didn't care for it as a, it's kind of like, okay, this is gonna sound like a terrible comparison and you guys are going to give me so much crap for this one, but
Close
like
your ears. Probably
it's
something
like
real
the
terrible.
movie. It's like the movie Meet the Spartans. Now, Meet the Spartans is one of those like spoof movies from like the guys who,
300.
yeah, right.
Oh, okay. I know.
And
what
so
you're talking
the movies, like that movie specifically, terrible film. But if you watch it in bits, it's surprisingly funny. Just in bits, not the whole thing. It's like watching 2-3 minutes at a time, getting one joke here, one joke there. It's funny, but it's not. It doesn't work on like on a cohesive nature, on a cohesive basis. It just doesn't flow. But the jokes are like the little bits are set up. It's kind of like Movie 43. Movie 43 was like, the Fairley Brothers, and they got like all those little short films that the actors did.
Uh-huh.
I've watched that thing about 5 times. I love that movie, but I like the skits. The skits are just fun. The little scenes are funny, and that's it. You watch them for the short films. You just find the ones you like and go from there. So I think that's how Napoleon Dynamite operated. It's funny in bits, but not as a whole.
So we're getting more people on the chat and stuff participating, and it seems like there's more people actually watching. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in here. A lot of them have come from Matt's $3 Theater channel, and if not, head over there, do a search after this feed or during it, whatever, and give him a like and hit the notification bell I want you to do with this channel, because sometimes we have some cool stuff going on and you can miss it. So not only hit the notification bell after you subscribe to our channels, but always I recommend is to search for your channel, Nerd Report or $3 Theater. But we're talking about films that you like, that others don't like, and that you wish people liked it more, so you could share the fun experience with them. And I brought up Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre, and Matt slaughtered Napoleon Dynamite, right?
Yeah.
He pooped on it.
Yeah.
The Conjuring is one that a lot of people like, that I'm not a real big fan of. Thoughts on that? Maybe Robert, more of a horror fan?
I loved it. I like all the Conjuring movies. I think I think they're all great. They're a lot of fun. And I think it was I want to say it might be the second one. At the end, it really touched on the relationship between the husband and wife, Ed and Lorraine Warren. But yeah, I like them a lot. My kids love them. My 10-year-old and my 13-year-old love those movies. I don't know what it is. They watch them at night. They don't get creeped out, but they love those movies. So I don't know, but I like them a lot as well. So
a few more ideas from the chat. John Early is asking, what about Zack Snyder's Watchmen? I liked it. What else? Glenn Banks, people hate John Carter, but I loved it. A lot of people do love John Carter. As a matter of fact, I've heard that a lot. Biden Dirty, Idiocy. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, Idiocracy?
Idiocracy.
It's a great film.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Wait,
yeah,
really?
I haven't seen that. No.
Like, okay, like really?
There's stuff that,
man, that one is like me saying I haven't seen Godfather
or Rocky.
Or Rocky. I mean, like, it's one of those ones where it's like you figure everyone would have seen Idiocracy by now. I mean, that movie is infinitely quotable.
I think Rocky's more popular though.
I think Rocky's been around longer, but I don't know if it's anywhere near as quotable.
Godfather.
If you were to ask young kids today, hey, have you seen Rocky? They'll be like, what is that? Is it a boulder hunting movie?
They just had a sequel the other year, like a year
Creed
ago.
2 is not a sequel to Rocky.
Rocky's character is in there.
Come on. The average person isn't going to the average young viewer. The average young viewer, and that movie is young.
All the viewers here are young, and I'm going to ask them, what do you think is more popular, Rocky or Idiocracy? Sorry.
You guys should watch. If you like Beavis and Butthead, you will like Idiocracy.
Yeah, I've just
I
should
say Office Space.
You're losing, Matt. You're losing.
It's not a contest that I care about.
Wait, hold on. Jeffrey just voted.
Because I know that I'm right. So.
We actually want to get you on board to do a special podcast. You down?
No. Is he? Are you going to bring him in?
No. I haven't. If he asks, I would. We love Jeffrey here, so. But I think he's asleep today. But John too. We asked John to come in. He's at a concert. He may be listening right now.
Little late for a concert.
John likes a party, man. He's a young lad.
Yeah.
Public peer pressure. I'm down for a podcast. Dark Jedi Collectibles. If you have I know who you are. So if you have a camera in front of you, I will send you a link and buzz you in here.
You need a camera. You just need an avatar.
Yep. Well, yeah. Well, if you have like a phone or whatever, send me a PM on Facebook, and I'll give you a link where you could join. And I want to talk to you about Star Wars toys because I know you have a crap load since you sell them over there at Frankenson. So let me know, and I'll get your message. I don't know if we're going to be on too much longer. It's getting late, but everyone, there seems to be more people coming in. So if you guys are in there talking, we maybe stay a little longer. Matt, of course, is ready to go on till 4 a.m.
Yeah, let me just go do a line of cocaine and I'll be right back.
Hero Journalism said, Rocky, the only movie where pounding meat wasn't rated R. That's awesome.
Do you think that would work though? Like to get stronger?
I've never heard of that.
Pounding meat. I mean, there's a thing in.
Well, I mean, you build your forearm strength.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about the other kind.
Took you a second.
That's why if you notice, if you ever meet Matt like at Comic-Con, the first thing I noticed, man, this guy has massive forearms.
He has Popeye forearms?
No, I don't have pop up. I have like really dainty freaking hands. It's the weirdest thing. I have a huge, I'm a large framed individual for being a rotund American, but I have like really like thin, dainty arms. It is like it's weird.
You need to do some push-ups.
No, I've always felt it was weird because I have the same thing, but wrists. I have very small wrists.
Yeah, me too, man.
So I will not wear a watch, even through.
Really?
Yeah, I won't wear a watch. I don't like the way it looks because it looks like I'm a child with an adult watch on. So I don't wear a watch.
Oh, dude, that's why I rock a Fitbit and I just like keep it tight. So people can't tell.
I don't wear a Wait, what don't I wear? Well, no, I wear anything in
hair.
I want,
you don't wear hair.
I'm perfect. It's by choice. This is hair right here on my beard. Why is this comment blocked? I am Alfred Hitchcock fat show. That's fine. That's fine. There you go. Crickets. Okay, so Robert, what else did you want to talk about on your list?
Let's see. What else did we have? I think that might have been it. I think
That's all?
I think we covered it.
Did you guys talk about Jeff Loeb?
No.
No. What happened?
He's leaving Marvel TV.
Oh, that's right. With I don't know the exact reason why, but I mean, the only thing that I heard was Kevin Feige with his expanded role in Marvel, but yeah, Jeff Loeb's leaving Marvel Television. So Kevin Feige is now taking over the television portion.
Marvel TV, Marvel
TV,
like Marvel Animation. He basically is like they're doing it as a way to force out Ike Perlmutter. I think they're gonna more or less like just get rid of him. So,
wow. How much can this guy put on his plate though? He has
that's a little bit concerning.
Potentially Star Wars. He wants to do Star Wars, and he has Marvel Television, Marvel.
One thing I will say, guys, is we're seeing the way Disney operates. They're a very well-oiled machine that gets work done. They got the promotion down perfectly. That's why the films make $1 billion, most of them. Very seldom that they're going to lose money because they got the marketing perfectly. They got a great structure, and I'm sure they do that behind the scenes with the production of the movies as well. Like everything is scheduled, everything's organized. They know exactly where they're going. I mean, we're talking about, like, for example, Maleficent is not going to lose money. It's going to go to the streaming service. It's going to cause people to get, the streaming service that from people who didn't subscribe already. So I think it's going to work out, but creatively, there's going to have to be some more people coming in to.
That's tough for one guy to have that many hats.
Creatively, I would agree the most, but getting the work done, I think they got it down. They got it down.
I mean, he's just going to bring in the right people. Like, I mean, here's the thing. He's going to end up bringing in producers, and the producers are going to ultimately like run a lot. He's going to probably micromanage a fair amount up to a point, and then he'll let them go off and do their thing. But I'm pretty sure he's going to be as hands-on as humanly possible. Because he's got a lot on his damn plate, and I'm very curious to see how he pulls it off. But a chief content officer is not like a job that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but how hands-on is Feige like anyway? I mean, I don't know how hands-on he is at this point anyway, because he's been like, so busy. So
right.
He could just be using his clout to really get things off the ground. And like, really, like, Marvel is going to do great on Disney Plus. So that's going to be a thing.
And people are asking in the chat, who has Disney Plus, who's ready to go with it.
I am.
I don't have it yet. I haven't bought it yet.
Lewis peer pressured me at D23 to get it.
That deal was pretty good, but I think what I'm going to do in the beginning is just get 2 months worth, just to get through the Mandalorian, and then I'll watch like Clone Wars and all the other stuff, and then I'll just come back to it later on.
I saw today that if you're a Verizon user with unlimited internet, that you'll get it for free for 1 year.
Yeah, I have T-Mobile though.
Oh,
yeah.
How long are we signed up for, Lewis? What was it? 3 years?
Dude, we're 3 years for $140.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
It sounds like a steal.
No, it's extremely good.
Yeah,
it's a really good.
And I'm really excited
price.
about it. I'm real excited about it. Just to have just to have so many films at your disposal at the press of a button. Marvel, although all the Marvels out there, but having the Star Wars there is going to be a big plus. Just to have it on the fly.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it to like I'm because the thing is, like, I was discussing with my girlfriend. I have Hulu, and I pay for the ad-free experience. And I'm like, and I asked her, I'm like, do you want me to like drop the ad-free experience and get the package where it's Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN?
ESPN, yeah.
We don't watch sports, so that's just going to go completely unused. But I'm technically, having to suffer through a couple ads. I'm gonna, kind of get Disney Plus for free. It's like that's the trade-off.
We have a question for Matt, but before I get to that, I tweeted out promising that we're going to be giving out a free pair of passes to The Rise of Skywalker over here in Hollywood at the Chinese Theater. They're running engagement. They're not advanced screening passes, but you and a friend could go for free. And it's a spectacular movie theater. You can watch at IMAX. And we're going to do this. We're going to have a trivia question, Star Wars one, and you could email contest@nerdreport.com. That's contest@nerdreport.com with the answer. Be the first person, and I'll email you back with the congratulations. So, Matt, you want to do a quick Star Wars trivia question?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
All right.
In the Rise of Skywalker trailer, who were the only two characters to speak to each other?
Okay, I know. Hold on, let me try to win this.
Yeah, you try to win your own contest. That seems right. Are we going to start calling you Lewis Trump now? Oh, that's going to be done?
I have the hair for it. So who the only characters that spoke to each other? That's a good one. Could you send me that answer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, so the question from John Early, Jarbo, must be a friend of yours since he calls you from your last name. Tell me why you think Spider-Man Homecoming is so great, because I don't get it.
Spider-Man Homecoming is great because it allows us to basically skip over having an origin story and go right into just Spider-Man being a kid. Right. And that's one of the greatest elements of Spider-Man as a character is just kind of a day in the life of what Peter Parker deals with when he's trying to juggle being a hero as well as being just a normal kid.
Uh-huh.
And we did get to see a bit of this in Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi movies. And I always thought that was kind of some of the best stuff because I always like seeing what the slice of life is like for these people. You know, Tony Stark lives in a, multi-million-dollar mansion on has towers on either coastline. You know, it's his life is easy in that regard. But Peter is trying to do the right thing always, and he's trying to keep everybody happy, and he's juggling so much. And so watching him try to navigate teenage years, navigate puberty, navigate dating, navigate, finding out that your girlfriend's father is really the guy you're tracking down. It's like there's a lot there that's really good, and Tom Holland just nails the performance. Really brings a lot of heart to the role. So I think Homecoming is a great film. I just rewatched it not too long ago and had a blast with it. Still had a blast with Far From Home as well.
Good point. I sent you my answer to the trivia on Facebook. Let me know. Say yes or no here if I got it right.
Okay, let me look to see what the message is. I close out Facebook. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, because I've seen the trailer so many times. I'm like, that must be it.
Yeah, it's a question that makes you think, but it's not hard to answer.
So we also know CW's Batwoman. The ratings have gone down.
Yeah, I'm out already. Done.
What do you mean?
I saw the 3rd episode and I didn't even finish it. I was out. I'm
You
out.
don't like it?
Nope, I'm done.
I don't think it's that bad. Honestly.
See, someone told me that it was a really good episode. That it was like it sets up the Hush storyline, which I know is like
I thought it was all right. Someone on there again here on this platform was like, they have a new bad guy and it's Trumpish, and I hate the politics. And I was watching, I was like, well, there's a little bit of it, but not really. So
I'm out.
No, I thought it was okay. The only problem I do have is her like showing up to Wayne Enterprises dressed up as Batwoman, and like no one could tell. It's like, why are you hanging around there, dude? Right?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, Sunday night's episode, I was done. I was like, yeah, I'm out. It just didn't keep me. That's all it was. So
Arrow's doing very good. I don't know about the ratings, but the show's awesome. Flash is still a little bit on the fence for me.
Intergalactic Mojito is asking about any updates regarding George Lucas's museum in LA.
Not that I know of.
No, but I'll definitely make the trip down for that.
So I actually see that location every single day. It is completely blocked off, and they've dug like these massive. They've basically brought in like these big earth movers, and I don't know if it's underground parking. I don't know if it's going to be part of the museum itself, or it's going to go underground. But they've dug these huge trenches where the museum is going to go. So I didn't see any. There's no structures yet, but there's a lot of construction going on in that area. So they are actively building it. So yeah, I see it every day. So just a quick update.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I'm looking right here. Apparently they had an event on October 18th.
Oh, that might have October 18th.
Yeah.
Was it October 18th of this year?
Yeah, it was posted 5 days ago.
What happened at the event?
it's art stuff, but I don't understand. It was like let me see. Tarot and Latora. You know what that is, Matt?
Say that one more time.
Tarot and Larotra. It's
No.
on Google News. That's
no,
what they were showing off. Through the lens of narrative art. I'm not sure what.
Here, bring this up on the screen. Check this out. This is the IMAX poster for The Rise of Skywalker.
Really? Because they have I saw another one. Oh, no.
There's going to be a few of them. There's, I think, 5 of them. 5 different posters.
That's a cool looking poster.
Very good. There's I was thinking of a Terminator one. Is that you doing that?
Yeah.
You got to show me how to do that. Could you bring up that not back to Star Wars, of course. Could you bring up that dagger?
The dagger of Mortis.
The dagger of Mortis. In case you guys don't know, Matt knew the entire history of it because he's like a real big nerd without a life. And
no, because I know how to read.
Yeah, sure. And anyways, it's supposed to kill a Sith, some kind of Sith, a Sith. Well, not just Sith, but spirits and stuff.
Like immortal beings, effectively. More like Force users type stuff.
And this time, the theory is it's Palpatine, and that's what you see in the movie. Maybe.
All right,
Go for it.
Yeah, bring that up. So,
but is there one from the Clone Wars cartoon?
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me find that one.
What is there like? What's that red thing? Oh, you have a
arrow.
Arrow, yeah.
I didn't put the arrow on. I found the image that someone else put up there. So let me just bring this one up. I wish there was a way to switch over tabs on StreamYard without having to stop sharing and then bring up the thing again. But the same.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Who's holding it?
That's the sun.
Mm.
That's the embodiment of the dark side, the sun. And he's holding the dagger.
Do you guys think that city in the ice is Cloud City?
I mean, well, someone had said like that there's like, oh, like there's no reflection in the water, and I'm like, that's not water, man. Like that is an item, that is an entity that is floating out there, and that is like, because if you look again at that image, which you know what, let me bring it up.
I think it's Cloud City, dude.
It could be. Well, there's nothing underneath it, but
there is that tower thing on the bottom.
Well, there's you don't really see it on the bottom. So
I saw it.
I don't know what you saw on the bottom. I'm looking at it right now.
We'll put it up.
I'm putting it up.
Hurry up.
Calm down. So if you look to the left hand side, you can see like there is some kind of base there, and then on the underneath of it, there's obviously some kind of tower. I mean, it does look like it could be Cloud City. It goes all the way across.
Yeah.
But if you look at the very bottom, there's nothing that's like.
But what if we're just looking at the half? We see where your mouse is.
Yeah.
It could be Cloud City.
It would be very fascinating if it was Cloud City. Because what would have made that happen?
Well, the planet Bespin, isn't it kind of moisture? A lot of moisture there.
It's a gas planet.
Yeah. Well, then ice, gas.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really. I don't know what the weather patterns of Bespin are.
Last time I was there was some of the regions were getting affected by global warming. So
yeah,
the gas prices were high.
It's the effects of global warming.
Sure.
Yeah,
it's well. I mean, you know, they harvest the gas or whatever, so it could be considered some kind of reverse fracking.
Or wait, so they're miners there, right? So, or it's the Cloud City's maybe been abandoned for a very long time, and that's what we're looking at.
I don't know. Either way, it's crystallized. So it's and the thing is, it's those are Sith Tai, so that is
But
That is
maybe they
not.
were looking for Luke for see, there's so many loose ends, like the lightsaber. Like, where did they get Darth Vader's lightsaber from? I want to know.
Who had Vader's lightsaber?
It was what's her name?
And she had Anakin's lightsaber. It was Anakin's lightsaber. It wasn't Darth Vader's lightsaber.
Oh, okay, but
And-
whatever. Maz Kanata. This is a story for another time. I want to know what the hell, you know.
Yeah, it was a story for the next movie. Whoopsie.
I also wanted to know. I really want to know, like, how it looked like Vader's mask was burned, like the entire suit. So what are we looking at? Like, what happened? How did Luke just leave Vader's suit burning?
He maybe buried it, or he just let it burn. You know, he went down to Endor and he burned it up there, and clearly he might have just left it thinking it would just melt itself down, and it didn't. Maybe there was a rain. You know, I don't know I don't know the biology of or the weather biomes or weather patterns, not biomes, weather patterns of Endor. It could have rained.
I want to know what's up with Coruscant. Like, what happened to that?
It's gone, dude.
No,
It got
From
got
where?
in Force Awakens.
apparently that
No,
was
that
not-
wasn't Coruscant. That wasn't. Well, I mean, we're meant to think it's Coruscant, but it's Mon Mothma's home planet. I forget which one it's called though.
But Coruscant was in the celebration in the special edition, so it still exists.
Wait, no, we're talking about like in the Force Awakens.
Yeah, but we never saw like Coruscant being destroyed after the celebration at Return of the Jedi. Force Awakens, we know it should still exist. That planet you're talking about was not the one they blew up. From what I
Let's see. Okay, so okay, I'm looking it up right now. It says the planets that were destroyed were the Hosian system, which at the time was a capital of the New Republic, not Coruscant. The New Republic moved to the capital to distance themselves from the Empire. Okay,
But
so
I thought the Empire fell after Return of the Jedi.
well, it did fall, but that doesn't mean that it's completely over. I mean, that's the whole point of the Mandalorian.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, they're over.
Well, no, but what I mean by that is like they're over, but they're scattered.
I think they're pretty insignificant, man.
Considering it appears that they're going to be like the big bad of the, there's still a bunch of them that are kind of hanging out based upon.
Yeah, but the First Order rose from the remnants of the Empire. That's the first quote from that the guy that was in The Exorcist. So the Empire is wiped out. The galaxy thinks the Empire is wiped out. There's no documentation of what the Sith troops or whatever they are.
Yeah, but if wasn't like didn't General Thrawn end up like taking over like a lot of the remnants that were left and then try to?
Yeah, according to the books, but I think they erased that entire thing.
No, they brought Thrawn back for Rebels. You would know this if you watch cartoons.
No. Cartoons are for kids. Yeah,
Sure.
but Thrawn also was someone the Empire did not deal with because they didn't like non-humans. So that's why he showed up. That was the excuse why he showed up after in the books and why no one ever heard of him, because he was on the outskirts of the galaxy. Right?
Wait, what?
Thrawn was never mentioned in the original trilogy or anything, and the excuse was because the Emperor did not like non-humans, and Thrawn's an alien, right? Or a different species.
I don't know. Top of my head, can't tell you.
Yeah, he's green. He's blue.
Or what was that? Was that all prior Disney
Yeah,
expanded universe stuff?
That was Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising. What was it called? The second one? And then the last command.
Empire, Dark Force Rising.
Yeah, and then the Last Command. I believe that's what they were called. Everyone liked that. And then I think Matt collapsed.
No, I'm just reading something unrelated. I'm trying to someone like criticizing because I going after what were they saying? They're saying like that when it comes to the Marvel Netflix shows, they're like
Uh-huh.
Netflix owns the shows. Like, no, Netflix has the distribution rights. Marvel
Yeah.
owns the shows. And they're like, no, and I'm like, oh my god, you fucking moron.
Yeah, they'll probably make up a YouTube video.
Like, yeah, just go make a video. Just
No, they're
do
gonna go
that.
make a YouTube video talking about how you're wrong, and then everyone's gonna comment like, "Yeah, dude, that's ridiculous. You think that, except that's the way it works."
Oh man, that George Lucas reacts to the Rise of Skywalker trailer was so funny.
Oh yeah, but that Collider made that, right?
Yeah, they used the deep fake.
That was so weird. I didn't think it was funny, but I think it was a good idea.
You didn't think it was funny? I think it was funny.
No, I think it was a great idea, and I think it looked fantastic.
I thought that was great. The whole like, oh, there's my name. Another check for daddy.
So, do you think like people now? Okay, so does this hurt their relationship with Disney, in your opinion?
What? This?
The Lucas reaction.
Nah, it's funny, man.
It's funny as hell, right?
It's funny. Like, they're not gonna be mad at that.
Nah.
If you guys don't know what it is, go to Collider YouTube page and watch George Lucas reacts to the Rise of Skywalker trailer. It's like 5 minutes. It's really funny.
It's crazy.
It's
They made
pretty-
the video. Collider did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They use deep fakes.
Oh,
We need Jar Jar in the movie. I read it. You deleted it. Put it up on your screen, he says.
I can't. You can't hear it, unfortunately.
So I saw someone doing video with this program, and you could actually hear it. But I'm wondering if they just
I wonder
Let
if
the-
you have to do it.
huh?
I wonder if you have to
I
do
don't-
it because
Maybe,
you're the
but
host,
I don't know how to. I don't know how to put stuff up.
dude. What? Click
Okay, so-
on. Click
Share-
on
Share screen.
share screen, and then it's gonna bring up a tab, and that tab's gonna say
Share screen.
your entire screen, application window, or Chrome tab. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me bring that up again. We can watch it.
Okay.
Because you can, because there's a thing there that says share audio. I didn't see that.
All right.
That's-
So we're gonna react right now. Do a reacting video to Collider's video here of George Lucas.
his reaction to the Rise
Yeah.
of Skywalker.
There we go.
There
What do
we
you
go.
guys think?
Oh shit.
Yeah, let us know.
okay.
Do we have?
That looks
is
so
this
perfect.
the background that we're gonna use? Is there a way we can do like a green screen?
Can you
Bring
guys
in a
hear
green
it?
Screen there.
Yeah.
He just follows me around with a green screen.
You ever done a reaction before?
Yeah, I mean I've reacted, certainly. I've reacted at these, but never like this before.
If you make that video full screen, you may not. You know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna work or not.
Oh
no.
God, kill me. Oh, there it is. There's my name. It's another check for Daddy. There's this Endor. Oh, you dropped something. The plot. There's Rey. Oh, what character development? What an arc for Rey, huh? I mean, Jesus Christ! At the end of Empire, Luke had his hand taken off, and Han Solo was in carbonite or whatever. Oh, this is great. It's great because I didn't make it. Ultimately, I'm not to blame. Oh, that's Rose. Her sister died or something trying to throw a space grenade. And they saved a bunch of horses or something. And oh, look, it's Camino. Look at that. That's where all the cloners live. Oh, I can actually feel my life essence draining from me as I watch this. This thing needs more Gungans. Oh, you guys get all pissed off, all worked up. There's one of Ralph McQuarrie's pieces just taking a shit on that. Hey kids, you ever see a Star Destroyer come out of the ocean? Well, you're gonna see it now. People give me shit about Jar Jar Binks. And say, oh, this is stupid. Well, you happy I'm gone now? You don't have Daddy to kick around anymore because this is what you get. What is that? There's look at there's C-3PO. And there's a hairdryer as a robot. There's just a soccer ball as a robot, a hairdryer. Let's put a dildo in there. Why not? Because you know what? We're just f***ing my saga right in the ass. That's what this is. Merry Christmas. You know what that sound is? That's the sound of 1,000 executives just taking a shit on my work. Oh look, it's desert. It's another desert planet. Oh, I wonder which one this is. How exciting. The saga will end. Thank God. Put it out of its misery. Oh, there's the space horses. Ooh, good. Thank God. Thank God they tied up that gem of a storyline. Oh, I'm so relieved I didn't make this. I'm so relieved. This makes Attack of the Clones look like Citizen Kane. Take a
Citizen Kane.
lightsaber to the Saga's head and just cauterize that thing because it's time to put this to bed. You know, I know the ending of this film. I'm going to spoil it for you. Spoiler alert. Here's how the film ends. You ready? At the very end, Star Wars dies. Well, I think my favorite part about the trailer was the beginning when it said my name. So Lucasfilm, you know, the whole idea of the hero's journey was you have someone who is leaving home for the first time into a new world, and they don't have any skills, and they fail time and again. And I guess in the new series, they've rewritten the hero's journey to where the hero is already perfect at, you know, flying spaceships
That's
and
cool.
attacking the enemy, and wielding a lightsaber, and ultimately learns how to levitate not just one stone, but like 30 of them, which is helpful because then the crystal foxes can escape the cavern. I mean, you see what I mean? It's just, it's absolute shit. You know, at this point, people have asked me if I would like to do more Star Wars. I was really deeply hurt by the fan response to the prequels. You know, when those movies came out, they were very risky for me because they were more operatic. They were more tone poems. It wasn't about dialogue or acting or logic or reason or any semblance of traditional filmmaking in any way that we've ever known it since the beginning of cinema. And the fact that people, for some reason, didn't like that was very upsetting to me. So I just said, I'm out. So I think with this film, Star Wars has officially died. But I am still here.
That's
Very
great.
good visual.
That's awesome.
That was pretty funny. There's some good quips in there.
What else can we watch?
I gotta call it, man. I gotta go to bed.
I gotta do the
Don't
same. It's
listen to 'em.
12:30.
It's not 12:30 right now.
It is 12:30 right now. It's 12:26. Sorry,
12:26.
12:26.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. I think we went 2 hours and a half. That's pretty damn awesome. Matt,
Wow.
are you gonna go on tomorrow?
Maybe
You gotta do Hollywood. Come on.
I have to. Yeah, I was getting like people giving me crap about that.
Okay,
Like,
so-
where's Hollywood After Dark? And I'm all like, I don't know, in your mom's vagina. It's because it's pretty dark in there.
This guy, dude, he does his Kevin Smith thing. Everything has to be for
all the
JJ.
time. Everything has to be what?
Foul language, man. Foul.
Vagina's not a foul word, man. Come on.
I don't know. When you say it, it sounds real.
Oh, please. I said vagina. I didn't say other words like see you next Tuesday. Right. I simply said the anatomically correct word
Hey, listen.
for the hoo-ha.
Could you, if you're gonna go on, let me know right now, and I'll start promoting for you on my channel.
It all depends on when I get home, so I don't know what time.
Well, could you say around 11?
It'd be like, like 11 would probably be at the latest.
Okay. Could you do? Could you schedule that so I could send the link to you?
Well, no, I can't schedule because I would be doing it through StreamYard.
You could schedule it.
You can?
Yeah.
Well, I'll schedule it in the morning.
All right. When you do that, send me the link. Everyone watching right now and everyone who's going to watch this when it's recorded, make sure to check out $3 Theater tomorrow night and every night. They're going to be going live and we're going to be checking it
Every
out.
night. I'm not
Robert.
going live every night.
Well, tomorrow, Wednesday, you'll be going live. Robert,
Yo,
you going to be there?
I'll be there.
Trolling his chat?
What's that?
You'll be trolling his chat?
Well, I'll probably have
I'll be
people.
trolling.
I probably have people come on too because I wanted to do that last night when talking about Star Wars, but I kind of feel like this is like my third stream about that trailer, so I'm kind of like, okay,
Maybe there'll be more news tomorrow.
maybe there will be some news, maybe there'll be something. Today was kind of a slow day.
Yeah.
It was kind of a slow. I mean, the Jeff Loeb thing was interesting, and then I was looking around like, what else is going on? And I'm like, nothing of value.
Huh. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming in on the show once again. All right, Robert, Matt, talk to you guys later.
See you guys.
See ya. Thanks for watching.
See ya. Nerd out.